can turn these numbers here into versions of 5 and 8, or one or the other, just a version of 8 or just a version of 5. We can figure out what they are based on what we're given. Okay? So here we have, this one obviously is a 5 and an 8 already. So you could split this one up into log base 6 of 5 minus log base 6 of 8. And we are given each of those values. You just take them and subtract them and get your answer. Okay?
So would it be log 6, and the base is the fraction. So when you subtract them, you're kind of.
Well, when you subtract, so log base 6 of 5 is this number, so I would just do this number minus this number.
Oh, because it's 5 over.
Here,
Yeah.
Jake. I don't want no question calculator.
Alright, so this one, we have log base 6 of 40. So if we can turn 40 into some version of 5s and 8s. 5 times 8, thank you, Jake. So we're going to change 40 into log base 6 of 5 times 8. Okay.
Oh.
Now we've got 5s and 8s, okay? And then change this using our product property of logs. If we're multiplying, we can change it into log base 6 of 5 plus log base 6 of 8.
That's crazy.
So multiplication can be split up into addition like this. Division can be split up into subtraction. And now we know what each of these are. Log base 6 of 5 is this.
After we're done with this, I'm never gonna hear the word log the same.
Oh, that scares me.
Everybody's also probably gonna look at anything that starts with LOG and just like have PTSD.
Somebody's gonna ask me to chop logs, and I'm gonna immediately think of the math, and it's gonna be a very confusing game.
Anybody talks about a lodging or a cabin or anything, and be like, nope,
See, I always think of the only video game I've played in the past like decade is
Clash
this game
Royale.
called Don't Starve.
What? That sounds like a good idea.
It's a
Like
good, but
Minecraft.
it is a little bit like Minecraft, yeah. And that's why I think when I see log, I'm like, I think the logs of that.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then add that on your calculator. 3 point,
No 2,
what is it?
2, 4, 0, 5, 9.
How are you supposed to do number 3? I don't get that.
How can you turn 64 into 8s or 5s?
6 times 8?
Divide.
8.
8 times 8.
8 times 8.
Or you could say 8 squared, right?
Isn't 12?
So you could do either one. You could do 8 times 8, or I'm going to do 8 squared just so I can show you the other property, but you could do 8 times 8. So 64, as long as you can turn it into 8s or 5s or both. So 64 could be 8 times 8, and you could use the product property, or you could do 8 squared. I'm going to do this one so I can show you the rule for the product property. So with this one, you take the 2 and you put it out front, so it becomes 2 times the log base 6 of 8.
That makes sense.
And again, we have that information. Log base 6 of 8 is 1.161, so then it becomes 2 times this,
Which is 2.322.
Oh, 2 times it.
2.322.
Yes.
Are we good? On that.
So
It's gotta get worse.
Good's a relative term, but yeah.
I'm not gonna make it worse.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, we believe that.
I brought my light,
I
my
have one
ink,
two
and
minors in this class, and I'm about to finish this one.
Mean spirals.
You're about to finish
I
one.
brought
Yep.
mine.
Bro, you started the other one at the end of third quarter.
You bought me for Friday?
I started this one in January.
You had it kind of.
Well,
Alright.
I also use a paper.
Done.
This
Okay.
right here, I'm not giving you homework over this lesson.
Thank
Yes.
you.
But
Then
this,
it'll be on the test.
what we just did, this will be on the test. Okay, this
Which
is
is on
back tape.
Wednesday,
It's
right?
gonna give you, so if you wanna do some of those homework problems that are like this for practice, you can.
Test is on Wednesday?
Yes. It's just a little one. we've only done a little bit of chapter 7, so. Alright, I wanna go over change of base
Is it
formula.
7-6?
I'm pretty sure I just saw this with Anna when I was looking at
Is it
the
7-6?
ACT thing. Huh?
Is it 7-6?
This is the end of, this is 7.5 and then I'll go into 7.6. This is still 7.5.
The base formula?
Change of base formula, yes.
Wait, so we don't have a quiz or something test this week?
Yes.
The quiz is in Bible and history, or there's a test in history and the quiz is in Bible.
And then Wednesday we have a test, Bible.
Is it the verse today or is that tomorrow?
This test is,
Verse, the
Verse is
verse
tomorrow.
is Wednesday.
no, test is tomorrow, versus
Wait.
Wednesday.
Versus
She
Wednesday?
moved
She has
it.
it backwards?
Test is tomorrow?
Versus whenever
Bible
we
test is
finish the
tomorrow.
test, the day after the test.
Really?
Oh, I know y'all got excited when I said I wasn't gonna give you homework on 7.5. It's because I might give you some homework for 7.6.
Why?
Thank you.
I don't think
I
we
mean,
need
that's
homework
the one thing we
anymore
need
with
this
that.
week.
I can give you like,
More
what if I just gave you like
I have a leadership
Same
test tomorrow.
problems?
like a couple problems
With a side of
cyanide
cyanide.
instead? I could just give you
A
like,
couple problems, that means like
we'll
25.
see. We'll see how I feel then.
Yeah, teacher says a couple problems. Us.
Is this the casual 50 problems that you're gonna
Yeah.
No, that was
Each-
a long time
We're
ago.
taking a 2-problem
That was in
test.
chapter 5.
Each problem has 26 answers.
Okay, if you have log base C of A, let's say you only have like an old fashioned scientific calculator that you cannot program in some number, like if we were to have log base 2 of 5, okay? You can't figure that one out, 2 to what power equals 5, and let's say you don't have this nice TI-84 with your extra function where you can program in the base,
Well,
okay?
then
You
that
just have
sounds-
the calculator that can do common log and natural log. You can actually still figure this out because the change of base formula says that log base C of A is the same thing as the log of any base of A divided by the log with any base of C, as long as these two bases match, which that doesn't really help you yet. But if it's any base, then it could be common log base 10 of A and common log base 10 of C, which you can do on your calculator. Or it could be log base E, which is natural log.
Oh
So
my gosh.
natural log of A divided by natural log of C.
This natural log, why is it element?
I have no idea.
Because it's not natural.
Log, maybe someone from another country. It was log natural. I don't know.
What?
That sounds like a perfume or something.
So with numbers, this could be log base anything. Log with any base of 5 divided by log with any base of 2. But in your calculator, you could just push common log 5 divided by common log 2, and you'll get the same thing as if you did natural log 5 divided by natural log 2, which what is, let's see. So if we do that, I'm gonna use, let's use natural log. Natural log 5 divided by natural log 2 is about 2.322.
I got the same thing,
Good.
but I used common log.
See? So you can use any of those logs. So if you're ever asked to evaluate this and you don't know, or you know that last thing, we were using 5s and 8s, right? If it had said log 5 of 8 in that last thing and it gave us the log of, you could do log base, what was the base, 6? Log base 6 of 5 divided by log base, no, 8 is on top. The big number goes on the top. And then you could figure that out based on that information you have, those decimals.
You just plug it in.
Yeah, just plug it in. Any questions about that? You feel good about that? No? There, and again, there are some practice problems in 7.5 if you want to practice those. If you're really concerned, you can go through and practice the odds. There will also, I will also have these on the review tomorrow as well, so if you want that to be your
If I
practice.
come by the like next week, can you just give me the review today, basically?
If I don't have have to change it at all from last year, but I might have to. But I would think that I would be simplifying it from last year, not adding to it. So I could just give you last year's and you can
And
cross
maybe
off
you
those.
could post on your classroom what isn't or something.
It's getting awfully complicated.
You
Okay.
just quit math.
Moving
It's
on.
like you quit a job, you quit math.
That sounds great.
I am counting the days as much as you are. 3 weeks. We got
Jake,
3
you already
weeks.
put in your 2
No,
weeks
it's not
notice.
just-
Yeah, we'll put in 2 weeks
Yeah.
notice and we'll quit.
Jackie, you put in the
The
2 weeks
last 2
notice.
days are
We're done in
half.
2 weeks.
It's like 10 days.
It's gonna be paid leave.
I'm just done with math.
I just wanna go work. So
Me
sad.
too.
Oh, you're.
Yes, it's gonna be
I
great.
start working
I wanna
the
go
week
to
after
church, yes. I
exams.
just wanna go work out whenever I want to.
I feel like everyone is like exceptionally burnt out this year.
Me.
Like,
It's 'cause
Junior year.
It feels like.
but it's like
5
I am
years.
too though. Like everyone, I feel like. Is it because we all finally like all of the COVID
Yeah,
is finally
it's
over and
over.
we are back to like
Fast
maximum
pace.
pace?
Well, it doesn't get any better for me. I have to go straight to moving stuff out of classrooms when school
That
gets
sounds like a virtual
Yeah,
problem.
but you get paid, right?
$8 an hour.
Is that cash
You
or
can work
credit?
at Sonic with Anna.
Probably, but no,
I was
I've
like, I
made
wonder if I go to Sonic enough times, and will bring me food.
I know.
I've made it a thing where I will not work in restaurants after that dinner theater. I'm never-
That is
I
so.
never
That
do
is so
again.
true.
And that was so basic
That was
compared to
easy.
real serving.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I just don't ever want to do that again.
I hated waiting tables.
No,
hated
You
it.
just have to make sure you look busy. Like,
See, if anything-
I just carry around it, sweet tea and water. And I just run
If
around
anything-
the
You
table.
would be a good
If
server.
anything, I'll just keep working for Mr. Petty, or I'll just go
Get
work at
$3
some
an
warehouse
hour.
and do something dumb.
They got gold.
Yeah, Jake, do you get paid cash or credit?
Oh, the way he grabbed my trap.
Jake gets a good old paycheck from the school
Mr. Brown, I may have hit it on a
Okay,
waist.
so that's creditors.
that's signed by Mr. Petty,
That looks exceptionally nasty.
which is about to change.
So you're
No way,
taxed?
bro. What is the X minus
You're not
two
taxed?
business?
No, I don't get taxed for
It
working.
looks
Yeah.
gross,
Look at you.
but if you
Yeah, you do,
know,
Jakey. Don't
Alright.
Yeah, you will.
if you know what,
Don't lose it in the
okay,
bank, you will, I promise.
if you know what to do,
It's so great.
it's not so bad, okay? What you have to do in these situations, when you've got the x up here in the exponent and you need to solve this equation, one of the ways you can do it is if you have x on both sides like this, in the exponent, is make, oh, what is this marker?
Light.
That's it telling us we don't need
This
math
is,
today.
oh my. This is that
Well,
box
that's
of
not
hair
red.
dye that I use. It says this.
Except the opposite.
This is not red. This is like light pink. This is, no. Okay, if you can make the bases match, then you can solve this. Because if you had 2 to the 3rd power equals 2 to the x, what does x equal? If you had this, what'd you get? 3, yeah, because if the bases match, you know the exponent has to match too, right? So in this case, x would equal 3. So if we can make the bases match, then we can figure out what the exponents are supposed to be.
Bless you, Jack.
Thank you.
Alright, so can we turn, this is how I like to think about it, there's a couple ways to go, but I go 100 and 1/10 can both be turned into versions of 10, right?
That's crazy.
So what is 100 in tens?
10 tens.
10 tens, how would you write that as an exponent instead?
10 to
10 to the second, yeah, 10 squared. So change 100 to 10 squared.
You can do that?
Yeah, it's the same number.
Oh.
And then it's to the x, right?
Oh,
So you have to put that x there.
Mom said, okay.
What about 1/10? That's 10 to what power?
The
You can do
negative
one.
one.
Oh, negative 1.
Negative 1? Yeah.
So you can do negative 2.
What if 10 to the negative 1? We want it to be the same as 1/10.
I said that.
Who said that?
I said, I was right here, and I was like, -1, and you're like, Emma, -1.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
like,
because she said 1, and that's why I looked at her to.
Oh.
I heard someone say
She's
negative.
like, get it together.
Okay, so now
welcome to the
we
club, Jake.
need to get these bases alone and the same. So if I
The
raise
bases need to be alone, okay.
2 to the x power, what's that rule? What do I do with this?
Add. Wait, no, multiply. My bad.
You multiply. So 10 to the 2x
minus 3.
times
So-
x minus 3.
Negative x plus 3.
Yes.
I lied.
Decide God, man.
Isn't it the same thing as x minus 3?
No, 3 minus x.
Oh, okay.
Alright, now the bases match, okay? So that means that this and this have to match, right?
I guess so.
So you could say 2x has to equal negative x plus 3, right?
Negative 1 plus 3 equals 2.
What?
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 No,
I
I
don't
don't know. I don't know.
Wait, solve that equation. So what do you gotta do?
Minus the 2.
Plus x on both sides.
Yeah.
That would be easiest. You could do that, Emma, but you'd end up moving things back and forth.
3x equals
Oh,
3.
yeah.
No.
Fastest way would be to add x to both sides.
Did you just say the fasterest way?
You get 3x
Oh,
equals
it's x equals
3,
1.
and then you divide the 3 on both sides, and you get x equals 1.
Yay!
Whoa.
Good job, Jake.
That's me not caring.
Okay,
Oh, I should have solved that.
Okay, we're done for the day.
Oh, wow.
go done.
Let's go.
Ms. Brown, no done.
My iCloud storage is crying.
Mine's been.
Okay,
I have 50 gigs and it just
this is
disappears.
one method of solving these, okay?
More?
Oh, that's our method.
Sometimes,
more?
yeah,
No.
there's lots of different
Why?
scenarios.
I like that one.
I like that one too. That one,
the only one.
I've never been to Bowman.
Okay, that's
No one
the
thinks
Gosh.
If you like
Starting
that
that
one,
up
that's the
again.
only one.
Are we being tested on
No
this
one
second?
thinks the freaking mango.
because you have to use it in different situations. Okay, so this one here, first ask yourself, can I make 7 into some version of 2? Can I make the
No.
bases match?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay.
You can make 14 though.
Yeah, you make both of you
Huh?
both.
You can make 14 though.
Multiply the.
But it has to be to a power.
Okay.
It has, but that's a good,
14 to the power of 1.
yeah. I can't make 7 into some power of 2, like 2 to the third or 2 squared or whatever. So if you have this and you just have, you have this x here, Anna, do you remember what you said? How do you cancel out this 2 and get rid of it?
Square
Do
it.
you remember what you told me last time?
You
Wait,
say it says
wait,
something
wait.
transphobic, that'll do it.
Log something.
Yeah.
Log, do log to the power of 2. Wait, no, log 10 base 2, and then it cancels out.
Yeah, like log base 2.
Yeah.
So remember when we had if the bases matched, right? They cancel out like that. So if I do log base 2 of 2, if you do it to both sides, when you're solving an equation, as long as you do the same thing to both sides, you don't change the problem. So I have to do log base 2 of 7. So I'm taking the log of both sides.
Why is it base 2?
Yeah, why is it base 2?
So that these will cancel out.
Okay. So just
That works for me.
So if I do log base 2, then that cancels this out. And what am I left with on the
X
left?
equals log base 2 7.
Yes.
So, yeah, buddy.
This is not lovely.
Wow.
Now how do I figure out log base 2 of 7?
Put
Plug
the
it in your
calculator.
calculator.
Swirly.
Slap that thing with that.
Swirly would actually get us back to this.
Dang it.
That's a good guess though. So what did we just learn?
Plug it in your calculator.
But what did we, what
The L.
formula?
Wait, why did we cross out the log and the 2?
Oh, I know.
Oh, I meant
Change the base formula.
Yeah, change it,
Oh
change
my
of base.
God.
So x equals, we can use change of base. I can do common log of 7, this one right here, divided by common log of 2. If you just plug that, and honestly, I think that's faster in your calculator than going to find the log function.
No.
Why
I
did you
get
just type a math
2.807.
Why do you say about? I don't understand.
Because it's not.
Because the
Yeah,
decimal
round.
goes on forever and ever and ever, and I'm just rounding it out.
So anytime you have to round, you have to do a squiggly line?
I
You
mean,
should.
technically you should, yeah.
Do we have to?
I mean, why would you not?
It's a
Because
bonus
equal
point.
sign is
Give us a
basic.
bonus point for every time
I
you
mean,
use it.
would you like,
built into our
because in
brains.
English, are you allowed to just write and instead of but because it's, they're
Yes.
both like
Absolutely.
conjunctions,
Yes.
not conjunctions?
No, that's not how that works, for sure.
Do comma.
That's what I'm saying, like, so they don't mean the same thing. Approximately, and that means equals.
I don't want to do that.
Okay,
Literally all my.
do you need do you wanna practice one
No.
of these?
No.
No.
Yes, yes, yes. Guys, practice is good.
You can do it, Bella.
This is good.
Only if it's something.
Practice makes
pain.
Yep, what he's.
Or do you want me to just keep on with the examples?
Keep on with the
You
examples.
should let us
Okay.
do them
Go,
ourselves.
Bellamy.
These notes are important because each one of these scenarios is different. So you've got this scenario where you're making the bases match to a power. You've got this one where you can't make them match and you have to take the log of both sides. So we're gonna look at another situation, okay?
Yes, Miss Brown. Give us more things to memorize. This week
Well,
we already have
it's
8
important
projects.
that each one of these is like a map to
finish
how to
leadership.
solve different kinds of.
Yeah, mapped our death.
We fight fine. They think it
Give us math or give us that. No.
I don't want to go Polish accent.
It's not a Polish accent, it's English.
I don't care.
That's not Polish.
That's not Polish.
Polish would be
Just gonna keep
similar to
going
these.
with.
That's Russian!
That's Russian.
Yes, that sounds similar.
Yeah, that's all the same.
Now you're
Same
Scottish.
This is not Scottish. This is Scottish.
Oh, West
This is Scottish.
I've got about 20 one-act plays I'm gonna read for next year, but I did find one that's called Selkie. And it's like the Scottish father, like narrating, and I was like,
Levi.
Oh, there's dogs.
no, with his Scottish Shrek accent.
Oh my gosh, that was.
No deck truck
We're
anyway.
doing SpongeBob next year.
Huh?
We're doing SpongeBob next year.
No,
I don't
no
think
everywhere.
so.
no,
This is
Lord,
Footstruck.
Please
That
let
truck
us
is
Monty
crazy,
Python. I just
bro.
know where they live.
Please.
I wanna
See
do
where
that
that
one
truck
so
Can we
goes.
please? Why can't
Out
we?
on the
I
limo
have
truck.
too many amazing females that need to be.
Bro, you know where the
next year,
you know where
and
the
that
tire
is
shop is,
almost
Jackal?
Oh,
all.
screw that.
Proper
You're
trick.
You just got the lead,
You're
sir.
driving towards
Now-
Wesley, but you
I
drive by.
don't ever
Shanghai.
have a lead. I want to do Monty
Drive by
Python.
If I'm
Going
going
down
down
that
that
road,
it has to be
it's
my
off to the
left.
left.
Miss Brown.
It's off to the left. Yes.
It
I
used to be
would-
in
I
that
would-
neighborhood
I
along
would be a
that road.
stagehand for
Oh,
Monty
really?
Python. I want to be a Monty Python.
That's
I
on my
remember when I
bucket
was
list.
growing
if I
up, back in
do
the
Tire
day.
shop.
I'll come
That's,
back.
Hey, you called me.
They
I'll
do
be in.
tires, sound system.
Alright,
alarms.
Look here, if we have this one, those other two equations were in exponential form.
Oh.
These are in logarithmic form, okay?
How about no?
But same thing applies. If the bases match, right, then the exponents need to match.
Yeah,
If
sure.
the logs match, these are both natural log, then these have to equal as well, right?
Oh, it's
So you can just take this and this. These have to equal each other, right? And make yourself a little mini equation. This one has to be the same as this one if the logs are the same, right? And then you should be able to solve this.
What happens if you literally put natural log and then that in parentheses? Will you get the answer?
No, because it has a variable.
3x
You
equals
can't type it in.
X equals 4.
It'll just be confused.
Yes.
X equals 4, is that what you got?
Just
Yes.
kidding. Oh no, there we
Yes.
Yeah.
3V.
go. 3V.
If this is all it is, this is about to be a breeze.
That one's really
Why would
easy.
you say that,
They
Jake?
better
Just
Oh.
jinx it.
Don't be telling me that's like a triple polynomial.
Yes.
Jake, you realize you're gonna have to memorize.
Tritic equation.
You're
I
gonna,
don't care.
You
You're gonna have
really
to
not like the
memorize,
guy
like,
on the
6 of
spaceship
these.
that says there's nothing that could ever go wrong right before every caution light comes on. Good
Miss
lord.
Brown,
Oh,
Huh?
one,
I
two.
said it all
why
the
do you
time,
not like
anything.
like the
Hey Jack,
like number C?
Yo.
you're really gonna like history.
Uh-huh.
Why do you not like that one the most?
This one?
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, because they're not always like this. This
No,
one's really
Jake.
easy to solve, so there, you have to use different methods because the equations are different.
Do a all in one.
Oh.
17.
Rosa Parks.
So you write it together.
How many are there?
Okay,
It's gonna be a big note card.
Yeah.
We have a piece of
This
paper.
note card is gonna be multifaceted.
for the exam you can.
Just come in with like a
We have a whole
square
piece of
note
paper
card.
I'm gonna
Alright.
fill up that piece of paper.
This one, it's in logarithmic or exponential form?
Logarithmic.
Here.
Logarithmic form. Do I have logs on both sides?
No.
No, so I can't use that method because this would have to be log base 2 of 3 for me to set these
You gotta
equal.
just throw that in.
Jack, what'd you tell me to do before?
Yes, you could do.
What?
You told me to do something before.
Do you need to change
Before
your base
what?
first?
Earlier, you were trying to help solve the equation. You told me to do something. I said, no, that won't work.
He doesn't
He
remember.
doesn't.
Change your base.
I don't remember.
Not change a base, but we can change to exponential
Oh
form.
my goodness.
I did not say that.
The swirly?
The swirly.
Oh, the swirly. Oh, yeah.
Jack, I didn't say that. The swirly?
So-
Oh yeah, I said that.
If you have log just on, sorry Pascal. If you have log just on one side, okay, when log is just on one side, you could take this and go 2 to the third power equals,
What the heck?
What
yes.
What the heck?
Okay.
Yay!
That's
What
cool.
letter is that?
This is, I love doing the swirly.
What
Okay.
letter is that? It's a 6 on its back.
So
like a
2
turtle.
to the power of 3
Equals
Oh, that makes sense.
equals
5x.
5x minus 17. And now,
No
again, it's just a
way.
little,
8 equals.
it's a little baby equation.
A
So
baby
then-
equation.
Oh, and we saw.
For your
17 minus
calculator,
what
it's-
equals
I mean, it's a
8?
baby equation regardless.
8 equals,
5x minus 17.
But can you get to 9?
Ah, equals 5. X equals 5.
What is 8?
Oh, 25 minus 17.
I love solving logarithmic equations.
I'm glad for it.
25.
It should be
Well,
5.
Brown, you're the only one.
Yeah.
There's one more to solve. One more. Okay.
5 equals 8.
All of these are different. Every single one of these, okay? So you gotta know, like, you know what? I would even let you, for this test, because I am going to fast,
Open
I'll
notes?
let you have a whole page.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll let you have a
That's
whole page
basically
for
open
this
notes.
test.
What would that test be over again?
7.1, 7.3, and then a little bit of 7.5 and 7.6.
7.1, 7.3.
7.5, 7.6.
Now 7.2. Do we even do 7.2?
So I skipped it.
So 7.1, 7.2, 3, wait, 7.1, 7.3, 7.5, and 7.6.
Yes.
Oh my.
This is way too
Oh my
satisfying.
Alright, one more example.
I feel like this week is gonna suck almost as bad as last week, but not quite, and then next week's gonna suck worse.
I'm just gonna call this E. Since we're just going down
Do we have any tests or anything Friday?
I don't
Probably.
think- we never meet.
We'll probably be given one.
At this point,
Reading, I don't know, some of them are.
I really tried this year to not, the reason why I'm kind of rushing this and doing it Wednesday is I really tried to not have all my tests be Friday, right before exams this
And
year.
every teacher did
Yeah,
that.
Every teacher did that. Everybody has the same idea for good,
Is
and it
next
ends up
week review
being
week?
terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, also
Oh.
that lets us review Thursday and Friday as well. this week, so.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we only have one more
Oh,
week
no,
of
not,
school
no,
next
I'm
week.
so sorry, no, not next week, is I'm still teaching.
What do you
I'm
We're still
thinking,
teaching next week.
Well, yeah, cause it's our last exam.
Oh, we got screwed
no,
up.
no, next week isn't exams though,
No,
we still
no,
have
but
a
I'm
whole
saying,
week.
I know, but I'm.
You have to review Thursday and Friday, right? But not
Just
like the
Friday.
first.
Thursday.
I,
Monday.
not for y'all, cause y'all's the last exam.
That's what David was
But I
saying.
think I planned to.
Yeah, you
You-
definitely are. Because we have chemistry and then you. What kind of matchup is that?
Oh,
I know, that is kind of bad.
Like,
Chemistry is a
double
lot,
Okay.
but
disgusting.
then
Well,
Last-
haven't we had chemistry and math every year for the last like 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
we've
the
always
same
had
day?
science with math. so.
Alright,
It's
last
awful.
one. This one has a plus, we haven't had one with that.
That's fun.
So, what could we do to condense this?
You can shoot it.
Expo form.
We will, in just a minute, we'll put it in exponent form, but we wanna condense this first. What about that product
Well,
property?
they're all, aren't they both log
What
base
about
10?
oh, so
Yeah, they are both
Can you
based
use that?
We will, yeah. So,
Log-
we're gonna use the product property to condense this.
I'm going to use.
log 2x times x minus 5, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
this is another 30-minute video.
Oh, and then
So the product property says if we've got log of something plus log of something else, you can smush them together to be the log of 2x times x minus 5.
then you do the x minus
Whoa, Miss
the
Brown.
swirly.
Not
Slow
yet,
down.
let's multiply this together first.
Oh.
Just kidding. That wouldn't work.
Wait.
Multiply. Oh,
Table
well, this is
method.
just distributive property.
Um,
So 2x times x,
X
2x squared.
yes,
Yeah, buddy.
and then negative 10x.
yes, equals 2. Okay, and then you said swirly, right?
Swirl, swirl.
If I have, what kind of log is this?
10.
Log base 10.
Log base 10, because it's common log, right? So I have log base 10 of 2x squared minus 10x equals 2.
What in the world?
So what does my swirly look like?
10
10
to the
to the power
square
2.
equals
Yes?
10 to the square.
10 to the
That's
square
weird.
equals that.
10 to the square, yes.
10 squared equals 2x
These are
squared
my
minus
favorite.
10.
I love doing logs. It's so
Okay, you
fun.
said that, you really
I
have.
just, I love
It's
it.
okay.
10 squared equals
2x squared minus 10x.
minus 10.
So, basically, do we have to take the square root of anything? Please don't tell me
We
square
have
root.
to make this
No.
equal to 0 to solve, because it's now a quadratic equation.
Oh, yeah, so make
Does
10
that
of
make
it.
sense? Thank you.
Love you.
Quadratic equation.
Listen.
You can solve any way you want, but it has to be equal to 0. So
Oh no.
this becomes 100. You subtract it, you get 0 equals.
100? Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're.
What, girl? What do we do now? Oh, that's it. That's all you can do.
No, you solve it now.
Wait, hold on, don't go yet.
You can't. I don't think you can
Are we gonna
solve.
do the
X equals
factoring?
negative b plus or minus.
You could use that one. Yeah.
Oh, factoring.
I rather use factoring because I like that. But you could use quadratic formula.
I'm not.
Factoring can go
Equals
backwards.
negative
So multiply
Stop.
plus or minus the square root.
b squared minus
Ah.
4ac all over 2a.
Why do I remember that?
I'm gonna factor it.
Everybody said, why do I remember that at the same time?
I'm just gonna let you
It's
answer
two.
it.
So what multiplies to get 100 adds to
It's
10?
Wait, hold on. Let's
Morning.
factor out. Let's divide everything by 2.
Okay.
2.
Jack Carter. Thank you.
Jack
How'd the
Lord.
exam go?
You didn't cheat, did you?
No.
Hey, Mr. Wood made sure of that.
That's crazy.
I love you, Jack Lord.
Bye, Clark.
Hey, when are you?
Never.
He's leaving.
Jack.
Never.
Jack.
No.
He just did
Rose
it.
out of here.
Because I wanted to get rid of this 2 in front, and since I could divide everything by 2, I did that. Like I factored it out. Greatest
Oh,
factor.
okay.
Things that multiply to get negative 50, but add to get negative 5.
Yo, what?
Dude, we're going back.
Oh, and negative. A 10 and a 5. A 10 and a 5.
Negative 10 and a positive 5.
Of course.
Okay, wait, why do you have the 10 and the 1 and the...
It makes me want to commit seppuku.
So, and then.
Why do you have the 2 and the 10?
two
I mean,
irrelevant?
Bottom
Yes.
line, why do you have the 1 and the 2
Because
and
we
the 10?
divided those bad boys.
These, I divided all these terms by 2 and put it out there.
Okay, you divided them all by 2.
So now it's
What does x equal?
I'm kind of home alone myself.
10
I'm
and
gonna
negative
hold
5.
myself.
I think it would feel less bad
Actually,
than
What did
this.
you say?
It's been a minute.
Woo! Wait, don't you do something with the 2 at the end? You don't do nothing with the 2, huh? You don't do anything with the 2 thing?
Yeah,
No. If there's no variable attached to it. Now, we're not going to get into this, but you can't take the log of a negative number. So if I was to plug in negative 5 for x right here, what would I have?
Stupid.
Negative 10?
Negative 10. I have the log of negative 10.
Which doesn't work.
Which you can't. So this is considered extraneous, this one, but I won't make y'all.
Yes, it's very extraneous.
I won't make y'all do that.
This
But
class is extraneous.
all right, that was a ton of stuff that.
It was.
Yeah.